This is the last unit for Algebra 2, Unit 9 Statistics. And I want you to take a minute to read over the first paragraph. If you have your notes, pause it. Well, whether you have them or not, pause it, read the first paragraph. What I want you to know from the first paragraph is this, that this symbol is your mu symbol, and for the standard deviation, this is the sigma. So again, take a minute to pause the video, read that information. Same thing here. Where I'm going to pick up is using the calculator to find the mean, median, and standard deviation. So take your calculator out, and the data that we're going to use for this is going to be 8, 23, 8, 15, 85, 23, 8, and 34. So what I need you to do, following the directions for step 1, enter the data into your calculator, is to take your calculator out, and I want you to hit the stat button, and just as a hint, above the stat button says list. So we're entering a set of numbers, a list of numbers. So hit stat, hit enter for number 1, edit. And I already have my information in, so you can pause the video so you can enter your data in. But I'm going to keep going. So you should have 8, 23, 8, 15, 85, 23, 8, and 34. Now to get out, hit second mode, and I want to do the statistics on the data that I just entered. So I'm going to go to stat again, but this time I'm going to go to the right to calc, and I want to go to one variable, statistics. My data is in list 1, so I'm good there. So I'm going to go down to calculate and hit enter. And for my mean, I have it as 25.5. So my mean is 25.5. My median is going to be my middle number, and according to the directions, I have to scroll down. It's actually going to say MED. So my median is going to be 19. And my mode is what number appears the most, with the most frequency. Well, 8 appears 3 times, so that's going to be my mode. My standard deviation, we're going to look for the sigma symbol, and that is 24.1. 24.1. So that was using the calculator to find the mean, median, and standard deviation. We did not use the calculator to find the mode. Again, take a moment to read this paragraph. So pause the video, read this. After you finish reading this paragraph, the main thing that I want you to know from this page is you need to know the empirical rule. So you need to memorize this chart. You need to know that the empirical rule says from the median, we have a +1 standard deviation, +2 standard deviation, +3 standard deviation to the right. And if you add the one to the left, the 1, 2, 3 to the left, the standard deviation should altogether be 99.7%. But each standard deviation is a different number. While the one to the right, 1, 2, and 3 are different, but the ones to the left, they're the same. But you have to know that you're going to the left according to the standard deviation. Now, here's a few examples where we're going to use this information. We have a normal distribution with a mean of 250 and a standard deviation of 75. So the first thing I'm going to do is put 250 for my mean. Well, my standard deviation is 75, so I'm going to go to the right and I'm going to add 75, which is going to give me 325. Add 75 again, 400, and another 75 to get 475. Subtract 75, and I'm going to get 175. Minus 75 again, 100, and subtract 75 one last time, and you get 25. That is my graph. Now for question 2, it says the number of cookies in a box of bite-sized cookies is normally distributed with a mean of 55 and a standard deviation of 2. So again, I'm going to do the same thing, 55, add 2, subtract 2, and it says shade the region under the curve that represents the probability that a box has between 53 and 59, say, cookies. What is that probability? Well, I'm going between 53 and 59. So this is the shaded region. Now, if you don't remember what the numbers are, you have your notes, but again, remember you have to memorize this. This represents 34%, and 13.5%. If you add the numbers up, you get 64, 81.5%. The average age of dogs at the Fairfax County Pet Shelter is 5 years old with a standard deviation of 1.5. Shade the region under the curve that represents the probability that a dog is between 2 and 5 years old. What is the probability? So we're going to start with 5. And my standard deviation is 1.5. And so you should get 3.5, 2.5, and then 6.5, 8, and 9.5. Now, what is the probability that the dog is between 2 and 5 years old? So we're going to shade between 2 and 5. This is 34. This is 13.5. So you get 47.5. It's my probability.